All right, so I got a new iPad Pro 10.5 pulled out of the box. You can see I had it sitting here for a while, so I got plenty of dust build up on it. The secret to putting the anti-glare on first, and you can use a couple different anti-glare films. I'm going to use these Super Shields right now. It is an anti-glare. All it is a sacrificial film that you can put on, and you can replace these after a big race or a big event. Usually I only have to replace these once a year. But the trick to getting these on is to remove every bit of this dust off the glass before you do it. If you get every little particle off when you go to lay the film down, you won't have any bubbles, because the bubbles are really just little micro pieces of dust. So the secret of that is usually not to let it sit out like this for a while. This is a new iPad. As soon as I took the plastic off, I sit it up on top of the box to get it up off the table. You might want to wipe the table down to make sure that you removed any dust particles that are going to come up and cling to the film as you're laying it on. But right now, I'm going to take this microfiber cloth and I'm going to remove as much of these particles as I can. I kind of angle myself down on the glass so you can get a good view of these little particles. I'm trying to wipe in one direction. And when I got most of them off, I'm going to sit that down. I'm going to pull out one of these stickies. And actually, the anti-glare that I'm using right now, these Super Shields, unfortunately it doesn't come with sticky tape, but you can use any tape. And you're just going to use this to pull off any of the remaining little micro pieces of dust. And you can see you gotta be careful, because as you're doing this, you'll fling a bunch of dust onto the glass if you're not careful. All right, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna leave this tape right here on the edge. I'm gonna get my film. Careful not to get any dust on the glass. Actually, I can see a piece right there. All right, so shake this off a little bit. And you can see it's got a side that you want to leave on and a peel away side. I'm only going to prep the bottom edge of this, like this right here, as little as possible. And then I'm going to flip it over and try to line it up as best I can on both sides of the iPad. And here we go. I'm going to peel up and work it down and see what happens. All right, throw that to the side. Now it does have a film over top of it that you could just scrape right on, but I don't like doing that. I take the cloth, wrap it around the edge, and I'm gonna work out the bubbles to the edges. Try to work them out the sides. If you have any bubbles in the middle, as long as they're not dust particles, you should be able to work them out. And you can kind of do one of these right here, work them out like that. Got a couple big ones over here. Work this big bubble out the side. And more right there. Again, I can kind of heat it up a little bit like this to work them out. A lot of times you'll get bubbles down here towards the bottom when you want to put the, when you peel the bottom off of that film, it tends to cling up any dust particles that you have on the table. That's why I sit it up on this box. And get it on there like that. Now, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to cross my fingers. These things come in a 2 to 3 pack for a reason. You might get this first one on and realize that you have dust under it. If that happens, if it's towards the edge, towards the bottom, you may be able to take a little razor blade and pop the edge up, and then take your sticky and put it up under there to get the dust particle off the edge. Otherwise, if it's in the middle here somewhere, just prep another film and sit it to the side, peel this one off, and go right ahead and try again with another film. Because you're not going to fix this once you get dust under it. You can see the anti-glare films on there. All right. So I'm going to take this stuff and move it to the side. And we're going to go ahead and mount this iPad Pro 10.5 with an anti-glare on it into one of our EXO case and cradles.